Greetings and welcome to Factorio, Bob's Mobs and Angels Mods, episode 16. So, in the previous episode, we built some stuff and we started building. We did a whole bunch of work up here on the copper mines. Now, off camera, I've rebuilt the design. I said I was going to probably do that. I said I'd probably look at the design. It wasn't really. It was a bit complicated with wiring. I've made a much more simpler and expandable version. This is it. So you have your stone output coming down here, and I've put it straight onto the top side here because these guys are offloaded onto the bottom side, so it sort of evens out at that point. So they will output their stone on the outer ring conveyor belt going that way, and they output their starotite, whatever it is, onto these two downward columns, which then merge. That then heads down into the smelters. That heads off over here to be processed into stone. Simple enough. I've done the same thing over here. I've also gone and converted this one into exactly the same layout as that one. It might be a little. I think it's about the same size. It might be a little bit bigger actually. I think I put an extra row on it because I think there's only 3 wide originally. But yeah. But yes. So this works the same way. The material comes down here. The raw material comes down here. Goes down and back down that one. The stone goes on the upper, middle, and lower conveyor belts. The starophyte runs down these 2 columns and goes off to the smelter down here. The stone is processed over here. It comes in, goes round, down, and backs up. If it backs up, it backs up. It's not an issue because the lines never cross anymore. They're all using filter inserters to get their raw materials out. These all convert it into stone, which sends it down these 2 lines. These 2 lines merge down here, and you head down to the smelters for turning to brick. And there we go. So it's much more simpler, and it's expandable because you just add more layers to the top and bottom if you need to add more layers. I mean, literally, I added that line at last minute and that line last minute because I didn't need that many, but there we go. All right, so let's turn these guys on and see what happens because I have got them turned off by just simply disconnecting their conveyor belt at this point here. So here we go. There they go, look at that. Instantly starting up the materials. Yes. So that's putting good material there, good material there. It is flowing and the stone heads into the system for converting to stone brick. Well, stone pieces at this point. I've also given each conveyor belt just 1 handle because quite frankly I didn't think they needed more because they weren't trying to get it out as fast as possible anymore. But there we go, look at that. Isn't that looking good? And as the raw material makes it round this system, hopefully, it will, because it should back up eventually. These guys here will get access to it as well. So we'll get loads. And we can actually expand this by simply taking another line from the... You're actually out of resources. We need to be removing. Yoink. We can actually expand this by simply bringing another line here instead of having it belt round. So we've got all sorts of capabilities there. Excellent. And now the stone is being processed. Excellent. Now we turn this one on as well because, well, might as well turn it on. There we go. That one's now active and it should start doing exactly the same thing. Now we get red belts up and running here, and this will make this more efficient because it'll be able to get to all of those relatively easily. But there goes our copper, there goes that's our iron. They're hitting the stone lines now, and they're gonna get quite far around these lines, but hopefully they don't saturate them too much. But I'm sure we'll find that out pretty soon if it does. Look at that, instantly saturating that belt. That belt's saturated. The second belt's coming online in saturation. Yeah, it's looking really good. Okay, the second belt should saturate if it makes it past one of these, basically. But we're actually hitting a limit where you just can't quite get through because we're processing it that fast, which is actually really good to see. Excellent. Have I got any junk resources on me? I have silicon ore and I have some crushed stone. Crushed stone in there just to get it out of the way. Boom, there you go, have that. Anything else on me that I need to just dump into these buildings? No. But look at that. Look at all that stone coming through now. It's starting to back up a little bit here, which is actually perfectly fine. Because what we can do if we wanted to, we could actually redirect it down this line here. But I think I just want to get red belts up and running. That would probably do the thing faster because we are pumping that much stuff through right now. It's amazing. Also, I've allowed all of the conveyor belts to drain here. So this is like the maximum throughput you're ever going to get. Is the belts were basically empty. This is actually getting the smelters because these stuff with these were draining because I'd left them with no material for such a long time. So we're actually seeing the maximum draw And if you look at that, it's keeping up with the maximum draw really easily. So we can easily expand these. This will not need expanding for a long, long time. It's actually the mines and the conveyor belts that are the limit right now. Stone processing might need a bit of attention. Just basically separating out these two to have to use each half, maybe. I mean, it's easy enough to do. We just take that stone line, bring them two into there, bring that one, and then two into there, and then that'll do it. But they're actually not backing up at the moment. They really are fighting on. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I think it's actually okay. Anyway, that being said, we can move on to the next stage, which is over here. And somebody in the comments, and I honestly, sorry, I don't remember your name. Give me one moment to just double check it. Sorry, Money in the Raven pointed out that my actual mistake in this area was actually I'd filled this machine up with bobnium. I just literally gone boom, boom, take some bobnium, and actually I didn't need to bother because actually this guy will take and fill up this machine. It's just that this machine was full. That's why it wasn't doing it basically. So that's my mistake, and so it will actually work. So thank you for letting me know. I mean, I clearly messed up, but it happens. Can I just get another power cable in here? Because I could just give it a second. I'm just really helping all this way. There you go. Because it does appear to be. I'm guessing you're full. Fullish. Yeah. There we go. So excellent. So that's now making me tin. Yep, and that's making glass. The glass chest is almost full. The tin chest is filling. I've got it also set to make these components. We're going to get these shipped out from here at some point because I really don't want them here. We're going to need something like that over here to make bobnium. But what does bobnium actually? Can't remember what bobnium produces now. Bobnium. Shift and E, Control E, Control and E. Can I have bobnium? Nope. Bob. It's like a material, but I can't see it. Why would Bob not show up on that? Hey, Bobnium. Yeah, you're Bobnium. Control E. That's the options. No. Control E. So you don't show the R's in here. No. Well, in that case, Bobnium, please. What's Bobnium go into? We can find it. It's an ore. Where would all the bobnium be? Okay. Bobnium. Turns to bobnium ore. It turns into the bobnium powder. The bobnium powder goes into crushed rubite soft. No, but bobnium. So that produces those two. That's fine. We get that. But can I just borrow you for a second? Thanks. If I were to make bobnium, you would output bobnium ore, crushed bobnium ore, which is fine. Take that. And so that's fine. You take bobnium ore, which is what you're doing. And if I put some bobnium ore, give me 10 into a smelter. Give me 12 into a random smelter, just as a test run. We get. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's just I honestly can't remember. It would get the glass. Okay, so that would give us the tin plate. So that gives us a tin, but we wouldn't get any of the glass in the process. And you get 1 to 1 on that. Whereas here, we put 4 of those in, and we get. Yeah, so actually we're getting a bit better return on this because we get a bit of silicon for the glass, which actually, there you go. I have a whole bunch of silicon on me for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, so we don't need to worry about that. So this, when it comes to bobnium, is better off in this method. Those big smelter machines, sorters, they're in that one actually. Those, if we were to build a couple of those and just test out what would be get out of that. I know these, I know what I get out, so I'm actually happy with their current layout. But what would we get if we put the other materials into it? Because I don't want to be wasting materials, we can help it. I need metal plates. Metal plates. Also, we're not doing research. Why are we not doing research, guys? Jeez, you know. I give you 5 minutes to do what you want to do and you don't do any research. There we go. Make me a couple of those. I can't make any more because I need stone brick. Brick is over here. Hi guys, how you doing? We have one chest here full of brick. Give me 3 stacks of bricks. And it's now wood and stone. Jeez, they take a lot. I mean, I have to make a few, but give me all of that. I'm going to use it up pretty soon, I believe. And what was the other thing we were short of? Wood. Oh, yes. Wood. I should have a chest set up here just to have wood in it. Because we make a lot of wood now. So that's not a bad idea. Because we do actually use it occasionally. Can I have some wood, please, so I can make a wooden chest? Thank you. Very much appreciated. Cancel them. I would like the chest first, because that's something I want to build with. Put that just there. With an inserter arm. Just fill up that chest. You know what? Don't fill it. Just 2 stacks will be fine. There we go. That'll get you guys operational. And you can start adding more wood to the system. Perfect. Okay, well, ignoring you guys for a bit. Let's head up here. You know what? I actually need the wood still. Yoink! Thank you. And that'll get those moving. And we can head back up here. Okay, now, what we were making a handful of these. Just 5 for now will do. We're probably short on wood for completing that. Or it could be metal plates, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, we'll come up here. I want to automate some stuff today. We're not researching still. Yeah. Fire stack, what does that do? Agro petrochemical. We're not really at petrochemical level, but we could do with some oil processing. We're not actually at oil level yet. Well, we could start researching random stuff, couldn't we? Well, we could, yes. Well, why don't we? Well, there we go then. I don't know why we weren't doing that earlier. But there we go. Stone is now flowing through the system again at a nice high value because we just spiked the system. So there we go. All right. Over here, you're still doing that. It's excellent to see. And you're doing that. Okay. You keep doing that and you have fun. How are we doing over here? You're waiting coke. I need to get this material automated down the line so we can start automating the making of these guys. Because if we actually make the components, then we can start making other stuff. So this little setup here needs automating because this is actually a whole bunch of things that need to be done to make any automation. So over here, however, you are producing. Oh, you're full of stone. You make lead, right? Yes, you're making lead. Shut that down for a moment. Leave that running. Yeah, fine. I'll deal with you in a moment. Drop the lead in here just so we can make more lead. There we go. And you are good. We can take the solder plate out of there. Alright. So, if we were over here with one of the brand new things, which we're still making, so we have to wait a moment. But if we have one of these newer things, what would you produce? Now, I have some blueback. I'm just going to take a little bit out of there. Let's drop it into a machine of our own choosing in a moment. But I do want to come over here really quickly and drop in some stone into the system. Just get out of my inventory. Boom. There you go. And that'll just keep you busy for a few minutes, basically. I love this machine though. It does look really good compared to like the other crushers. I mean that to that. I mean it's much bigger, fair enough. I get it, but its animations are nicer. Anyway, over here we're about to make. We've got 100 things to go. Fine. This looks really nice now compared to what it was before. We need to start looking at mapping that in. Although unfortunately our next mine is basically under here. Fair enough. Coal supply doing remarkable. How's that power situation going on? Power situation is good, even with our research literally just finishing. Just make more of those, we'll be fine. We really should look at expanding the copper, but I mean, look at it, it's backed up, so it's not an issue. We're okay over there, we have that there, we have that there, we're good. Research is doing well, green research is catching up. But we're doing okay. Okay, we should look at some automations at some point on this system. But we have a lot of automation going on already, which is really nice to see. Right, so we have mines here. We don't need to worry about that for a while. Everyone's just getting full. We need to worry about that a little bit though. But anyway, okay, so what do we have to list? What's on our list of things to automate next? Well, I think we can automate. If we can start working towards automating the basic electric boards, that would be useful because that's something we need to get a lot of now. One thing I don't know is that resin. How do I get to the resin? The resin comes from. Oh, it's just processed from raw wood in any machine. Okay, so. We can start making resin, and we can start bumping up the other stuff. So I am a little worried that we're heading down further and further towards enemy bases, and our base is getting longer and longer and longer. But that's something that just happens, unfortunately. If we start making resin here, and we can sort of prep for the fact that we're going to be making the other stuff, we're going to need to start making solder and all sorts of stuff and bring that down on conveyor belts down. It won't necessarily be on the main bus, but it might pass through this area as it goes to the solder location. But we will need to get some things operational up there. So the main thing for research is done. Let's start working with, you know, just do the first thing in the list. It'll be more, makes sense just to get through them. We need to start working towards, actually, what does blue science require? Blue science? Here, sciencey. Why is science not under the little intermediate products thingy? Are we not research blue science, or I just literally can't see it because I can't make it? Research blue. We won't actually see it on that list. Science. That one gives us science pack 3, which is the blue science, which we can't do just yet because it requires those two, which requires those two. So plastics and silicon processing are needed, but we also need to do chemical processing and oil processing first. So we have steps before we can get to the blues. That's fine. It's not a matter of us screwed up. It's a matter of we haven't got that stage yet, which I am fine with. But I also get that coke onto the line because that coke is useful in the thing as well. All right. Anyway, back up here we have the machines now. I had light bulb the entire place up as well. Okay, so over here. We're going to see what rubite produces when we put it into the stuff. Let's also drop a light bulb down, just so we can see what we're doing over here. If we drop one of you and put you near power, because I believe you actually do require power, if I were to put rubite into there and give you some rubite to work with, you would produce those two pieces of material, and they are nickel ore and lead ore. Okay, and the nickel ore and lead ore, well, I can pretty much guarantee what lead turns into. But if I were to drop you into... Do you not go into there? Cannot be smelted, nickel ore. Well, lead can, because lead goes into lead ingots. But what do you do then? Where do you go? Nickel, nickel, nickel. Nickel, nickel. Nickel, nickel. Nickel, 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 nickel. Nickel. That's ferrous. Nickel's green, right? Yeah, it's a dark green scaly blob. Okay. Anybody here do dark green scaly blobs? No. Okay. Where does dark green... Where, if you were a dark green scaly blob, where would you be? I know it sounds like an inappropriate question to be asking, but it's not really. If you really think about it. If you were a dark green scaly blob, where would you be? I'm pretty sure there was a thing in here that showed me all the ores and crushed stuff. Unless it was just there. Let's see, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. And it doesn't show the green, the dark scaly one that comes out here. Because that's not all of them, that's why. Not in that one. That's all chemical stuff. It's not in that one. You're not in there. Nope, 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 and nope. So where would nickel ore go? I mean, you can't process nickel. None of these are for nickel processing. What about a crusher? I don't have any crushers on me. How about a crusher? Let's make a crusher. Crusher, crusher, crusher. Can't make a crusher because I'm short on. Really? I'm short on blue goo. Which blue goop do I need to make it? I need iron. Plates, got them. Stone brick, got them. Iron plate, got them. It's a stone crusher I need. The stone crusher requires stone. Raw stone. So this. There we go. Just make me one. I need to test one. I think you want to move just for future. It seems that would be a good idea as well. I mean, if I'm going to be need to making this, I'm going to need to build a whole bunch of stuff, including a lot of these filtering sets, which why I want to automate this sort of area as well, but further down. You can go away. And we have 1 electric crusher for testing the next thing out. You don't take that material either. Where would that material be used? What a crushed coal turn into, by the way, into coal. Okay, you can't use it and you can't use it. And you won't tell me anything useful because you don't do intermediate products, right? You don't do the goops and stuff. Well, you do have the goops and stuff. I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, let's hope we can find it. It's called, what was it? It was nickel. Nickel, nickel, nickel. There you are. Nickel ore. You are a recipe. Yeah, fair enough. Recipe. And you are recipe. I understand you come out of things, but what do you go into? Thank you. We can use it to make processed nickel, which we don't need just yet, but you're done in the ore processing machines. Okay. We can do into nickel ingots in the blast furnaces. We can turn into nickel plates and gas using the electrolyzers, and we can turn into the yellow metal catalyst in the assembler. So you go into an assembler for now. But with Battlecase, we just have to sort of tank it. We keep it in stock for later. Because we're going to need the lead, and I'd rather have the lead coming out and have the other materials stocked up. Okay, well, that being said, let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. And we should start processing some of your material, which we're going to need the mines. I'm going to clear some of this forest out. Okay, so forest removal. We'll probably need a turret out this way as well, because this place is undefended against attacks of any variety, to tell you the truth. I need bots to just remove the forests. It's so much more useful when you just go, you know what, let's get rid of that forest, it's in the way. And that guy's just happily processing away. I don't know why I left you processing, to tell you the truth. Could you not? Could you stop? I know I'm going to have a lot of crap in the inventory now because of that, but I'm going to set proper mines at this point. And we do proper mines up there as well. But I don't want Bob me up and running, so give me the mines. Let's get you up and running properly. There we go. And then here as well. And then here, there's one little gap so we can get in there with a power cable. And they will, don't worry, they will grab that material. There we go. Flip you around just so you can grab the extra little bits there. Grab yours. And then here, just a little bit extra. There we go. Right, so let's power cable these guys up first. So let's put you... I like having the power cable here on the very edge because I feel they don't quite reach the top of another mine. See? So it's nice to have a power cable that can reach as far as it needs to go. There we go. And then you can come up here and just sit there. And there. And for now, power cable in the middle. Can go there. There and there. To get you guys all powered up. And then up here, we want to do another lot of power cables to there. And then we want to do a power cable to you. So that's all those guys powered. Convey belt down here, just to make sure you're all running. To there. You need your conveyor belt running down here. And then you just need your little bit conveyor belt running down here. And there we go. Boop, boop, boop. For now, actually, stop. There. You can hit a merger point. You can do that. You come up to there. You can hit a merger point. You can go that way. Wrong way. There. That's fine. Okay, splitters. There and there. And there's our material. And we have rubite. Excellent. That can go away as well. Over here, we can set up this one to do the same mining, and then we'll start reprocessing. I'm going to leave you reprocessing for now because you are making materials I'm using. But rubite. Okay, you're good. Now we want to get you under a similar layout to these at some point soon. Can I make... I can make 3 more of those before I'm out of material, and that material is actually not bad. I have these making up loads of these. Just cap you to 2, so don't worry about overloading it. Make me 11 of them. I'm going to handcraft for a little while, mostly because I can't automate them at this stage. I need to get the materials onto the buses and down for the automation line. Okay, let's start getting rid of some of these trees while we're processing that. And we can start looking at getting this mine up and running and processing into its core materials. And then we're going to send a whole bunch of stuff down the bus, down to the manufacturing areas. Which is actually going to be quite interesting, because we haven't put anything on the main buses for a while, especially sort of half-processed materials. So we're going to need to set up a few smelters probably for it as well. This looks like it's bodmium, still it is, so we've got this weird grass stuff on top, which just makes it really hard to see where you're going. Makes it even harder to see where the material is, and then the trees do, really, doesn't it? Anyway, that will be there, and I believe one more down here should just clear the area. Yeah, bodmium's ready, and let's set up our mines. Now, I am going to stop you, and you, because I want to process these in the correct way, so you can run across there. And then that way. Across there. And then this way. And then run across that lot. Ooh, we're actually going to run out of mines. Nah, I wasn't expecting that. We're going to need at least 5 more mines to complete this section. But we are still making the stuffs, so let's head down and do all the other stuff instead. I need a car, because the base is getting quite long now. I am in need of a vehicle to get down here faster. Can we make it? We can't make a car yet, but how far away are we from making a car? Why did I come down here again? Because I'm missing something and I can't remember what it was. I ran out of mines. See, I came down here for a reason. It's up to the very bottom item on the list, but there we go. Light bulbs are good. Conveyor belts are good. We're good on all of the materials we need to worry about. Assembly type 1s, we don't really use assembly type 1s anymore. We don't really. We're going to use on stone processing. I'm going to need to set up some more smelters. So we can start processing new materials, but we're getting closer to having stuff. I want to get that material onto the belt as well, that coke, because it's used in the carbon, sorry, not coke, because it's used in this process up here. All right, let's get up here. Put the last mines back in place. Just realised we don't make power cables up here. I am running a little low on power cables. All right, conveyor belt up. And then you. There we go. Right, so we need to set up a smelting system. Although with that one being there, and not on the other side where it would make more sense, it might be better to do you over here, just clear this forest out. Which, if I do that, I'll probably clear the forest out off camera, because you don't get one to see much clearer bit of forest, do you? Clear this forest, process the conveyor belts that way, convert the material here, or maybe here. Yeah, we can do it. We can do the conversion here into raw material. We can convert your material here as well in the middle, so we can meet maybe, or maybe over here, separate them out. Send all the stone over here for mass processing. Yeah, that'll work out well for us. Okay, research. Get the oil processing going. Well, let's at least get these mines up and powered. So let's start with over here. Power you there and there. I want to make sure. Give that for a moment. Make sure that stays within power range. There we go. And then up here we come up one notch, because we'll get your power cable into a place where these guys will be able to receive power. And then where's your first power cable? Your first power cable is there. Which means your second one is there. And your third one will be wherever it goes next. Let's do the next line. There to there to there, and finally there. Which means you are going to want a power cable. Keep it in line with that for when we switch over to like big metal. That'll really help out there. We can not big metal, steel. All right, so let's just turn these conveyor belts around. Also delete the excess cable. There we go. And then this side. Bodmium. Bobnium does whatever a bobnium can. Can it run round the well? No, we can, because it's bobnium. Bobnium, bobnium. Can I put extra bobnium in there? No. I was kind of hoping. Gets to there, comes down here, and then it comes down here, and then we've got the old forest to clear out, which I'll do off camera, because you don't want to be watching that, and we've got our processing up running. Yeah, and you should be running low on material, so hey, have some bobnium. I know you'd like it. And that should keep you all up and running. Good, you're going to smelt. Okay, so we're going to need at least 2 smelters for them, 1 smelter for you, and a big tank to store the excess materials in, which is not a problem. Okay, so let me know what you think of our current layout over here. I think this is pretty efficient. It's not doing much down here, but that's literally just because we're not able to pull material out of there fast enough just yet. We will be doing... I might actually make this down to 4 lines, but I need to do 4 lines. I would probably need to make sure we have the smelting ability down here. We're going to have 2 lines, so we should really get those up to 4, but I haven't got the need for them just yet. So we'll be expanding those at some point soon. But I think this layout is pretty good. It's done its job really well, and it's expandable quite well. We need to start looking at red belts sometime soon as well. But at this point, these are going to be a little different to this layout, mostly because we're going to have these guys attached to the end of it, which these don't have. Just out of curiosity, for anyone wondering, and for me, because I don't know, if I were to place you there for a second, and you there for a second, and if I were to tell you to do that one, and you to do that one, the materials we would get out, if we put the copper material in, we'd get actual straight outright copper ore, and I'm sure that is. And here we get, oh, so we get, well, one way to find out. Just give me a little slab of that, thank you. And if you can give me a little slab of that, thank you. And you should have power, you need power. So if I gave you some of that material, and if we give you some of that material, where is it? Where is it? There. Right, so you produce... Well, I know you produce that. That's fine. Pick you up. And you produce that, which is fine. Okay, so they produced... you produce iron ore and copper ore in different ratios. So one produces 2 to 1, the other produces 1 to 2. So it evens out. But I kind of prefer this method. It's a bit more compact in reality, and I don't think you get much more out of it. What was the actual... Actually, what was the ratios of that? Just pick you for a minute. So you get 1 slag, which is stone, 2 copper or 2 iron, which we're using, and 1. So you basically get 3 pieces of material and 1 piece of stone out of that. Whereas in this method, and that takes up how many pieces of raw material? 4? Yeah. So for every 4, you're getting 3 pieces of material and 1 stone out of it. Whereas with this system, for every 4, you're getting 4 pieces of material out of it, because it's after it's been crushed. So yeah, so this actually isn't very good for iron and copper. They're better to leave them separate. But for the other stuff, it does appear to be better to have them processed so we get extra materials out of them. We lose some material, but we gain. For example, we get less lead, but we also get the nickel. Here we get less tin. We get more. We get less tin, but we get glass out of it. So these actually produce an extra benefit doing this extra step, but the other one don't do. Which makes sense. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to go clear this piece of forest here, and this piece of forest here, so we can start processing in this area. But let me know what you think of our current layouts and designs, and if I need to change anything, please do let me know, and I will make that change. Maybe not the next episode, because I might just record that in a minute or 2. But I'll definitely be fixing it within like 3 or 4 episodes. So please, if you see anything I've made a mistake, or make suggestions about what I should build next, please do let me know in the comments. But until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I've just realised I've been speaking really fast because I've been getting into the gist of it. So sorry about being really, really fast talking, because that happens a lot with me. See you later. Bye.
Too scared to trust you and jump down. I'll keep my status quo up here, won't let anybody come near. I'll fix it on my